So maybe you can share with us what uh, uh, you have thought about and planned in terms of moving ahead, in terms of how the work that we've done over the last few years, especially in terms of addressing um, human nature with conditioning, using the Reset app as a conditioning tool, essentially to help us to be more human. Maybe we can start with that.
Yeah, that's awesome, Derek. It's interesting that when we rolled out this, we realized that one size doesn't fit all, because there's a lot of prescription out there that I got this from diet books, whereby say you go into this kind of diet, you will be losing weight, and people went into this, and I went into it also. Certain times it worked, certain times it didn't work, and it's the same thing that everyone is experiencing, right? Some get it, some can't, because one of the reason is basically we are a non-linear being. We can't just take it like a machine. We have so many things that's running. There's a lot of variation in our body, the way we are as physiology and psychology. We're all different. If you take two to three variables in our life that makes us unique, right? What you've been doing, and through your experience, when you see you're becoming a unique person, right? That makes us human being. We're all unique, but it also puts together a common element where we need to be responsible for what we're doing. So one of the things that why we're driving this is also the way we think. As I said earlier, we are the only species where we have this amazing neocortex which has been developed. It's called neo because it's new, right? And we are still trying to grasp at how it works, right? There's somewhere I listened. You can go and Google it. Since the introduction of modern human, your limbic system and reptilian has grown like 3 times, and your neocortex has grown like 6 times. Meaning we are running in this operating system is getting better and better. But just that, can we cope up with that, right? So as you know that currently the situation is that I always ask this question, and many people have asked this question. We can put out to the audience also, right? Is this generation happier than the previous generation? You can look at it at your parents. Okay, now is your parents' generation happier than their earlier generation? Now, if you really think carefully, with all the gadgets that we have, we should be happier than them. But the cases are more rampant. People are more stressed and depressed, whatever they can call it. It's branding taking place also compared to our parents. Because one of the reasons is that we have these technologies around us where we really don't know whether we are able to grasp the use of the technology which is moving so fast. We all know one of the biggest contributor for stress is speed, not the drug, right? Speed in the sense, last time when our parents were at home, there's no phone. If there's work to be attended, someone needs to come to the house, or they need to go to the office next day to know there's work. Now a ding in the phone knows that your boss is calling. It's the same chemical reaction that you're having as if you're seeing a saber tooth during your forefathers' time, hunter-gatherers' time. So all these things happening, my personal opinion, we have not evolved that much compared to technology. That I think all of us will agree. Technology has taken a leap, and we are still quite slow in catching up. So with that perspective, we know our systems of education, the way we go to uni, and then we go into job, and then from job we commute to work, home. All these things have been working in a very stressful environment, whereby we started operating more from the limbic and the reptilian part, where fight or flight. We all know that. A ding in the phone, a meeting where people are not happy. In school, the way you have to follow certain timetable. In certain cultures, in the past, in the first 12 years, you just go and play, right? Because your brain is not fully developed to understand the logical part of things. And then the next 12 years, you actually go into math, science, and all that. I think Finland is doing a good job, right? I saw a documentary where the kids were climbing trees and looking at some bugs and all that stuff. So, but in India, they used to have Gurukul and all that stuff, where you go into this and you understand that this is how the brain works. So we have gone into a situation such that we have hastened the process. We've gone into so scientific, and the maths and science and all that thing in a very young age we're doing. I'm not telling it's good or bad. The thing is that can we take it, right? Now we've gone through, been conditioned, we've been reacting, compulsively reacting, rather than consciously responding to stuff. And one of the best way to consciously respond is by pushing the signal from your limbic system or your reptilian. Because during that time, you all can go and do your own research. There's so many things in there how fight or flight happens, right? During fight or flight, you have cortisol, which basically locks your whoever that you're with, either fight or flight. During this time, you have a tunnel vision. So we all know if there's an argument with your spouse or what. If you're going to slash out something, you know it's not the right thing to say because you're just focused on the target. And right after that, you're going to go away and then you're going to sit down quietly. And the next thing that hit you in your conscience is you've done something wrong. Now, with time, the signal moves into your neocortex to make sense of this because this is where your executive decisions are done. A lot of things are happening there of us being human. So we can think, we can respond. We are very conscious, right? We are response able.